welcome back to Small Talk Queens, episode 50. I'm Megan.
I'm Kelly.
Thank you for those of you that have tuned in to all 50 episodes. Our 1 year is officially next week. I had to go back onto the Facebook page to see when we started. It was November 14th. So this is episode 50, and we are going to have a fun little giveaway at some point, but we're going to get to that. So happy November. This is our first episode in November.
Where did it go?
Time is flying. I mean, I'm flying. Last week flew. Last week I spent in the bottom of a bottle. Last week was a fun week. Halloween week was last week. And
it was Halloween.
We were out. New necklace?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. We were out. We
had
2 beer dinners. We went out for Halloween night, and I sang at a piano bar.
And you stole more cups.
We're not going to talk about that. I was awful, but we were at a piano bar, and it was most festive, and there were these 2 guys dressed up. One was Richard Simmons, fucking nailed it, and the other guy was Dr. Frankenfurter from
Rocky Horror
Picture, which we did not see this year, which I'm so disappointed. Like, and they had it at a local theater. Joe's never been to the theater to see it. My friends and I used to get dressed up and go to the theater.
Yeah, they used to have it
at 10 o'clock at night. They
used to have it at Penn State at the Forum Building when I was in high school, and then the movies on the corner there played it.
They used to do it at different places. So, and there was a local place here that did it, but we didn't. We're to go 1 year because it's fun as fuck. Anyway, so we're at this piano bar, and the guy at the piano.
Do you remember the filter when Sean was home sick that day, and the phone had a filter, and we did the Rocky Horror? I'll have to find that.
By the way, in case you're new, no kids. Get the kids out of the room, or any elderly that are easily offended by
swears
or other words.
Swears.
So the piano bar. So the piano bar guy asked for requests, and nobody was really giving a request.
So she had to.
So I yelled out "Piano Man" because I don't know what else. And then he insisted that I come up and sing with him. So after several magical martinis that gave
they were called magical?
No, but they are magical because martinis give me wings. So I got up and fucking sang with him, and I was like, look, nobody wants to fucking hear this. I mean, I have friends that have told me how horrible my singing is, which I love to sing.
Well, she does belt it out in the car, and I often say to her, do you know why so-and-so sings this song?
Well, I usually only sing in private because I've been scarred by the people that have told me how fucking horrible I am.
I never said you were horrible. Never said you were horrible.
So anyway, I do love to sing. I'm horrible at it. I also love to dance. I'm horrible at it. But anyway, so I got up and I sang. The best part is that, are you going to just keep scrolling through your phone?
No, I'm looking for a phone. I'm talking and listening to you, and I'm looking. Here it is. Found the pictures.
So I'm singing with the guy, and when Piano Man comes on in the car, I fucking nail it. I know every fucking word. It comes on after a few martinis, a couple of beers, and I fucked up all over the place. But the best part is there's a guy sitting at the piano, sitting at the piano, and when I would get the words right, I was singing right, he would nod his head yes at me, and then I'd fuck up, he'd just give a little shake of the head, and it wasn't the guy playing the piano, it was just another patron that was there, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. We had a lot of fun, and then we had what else? Oh, I saw a guy dressed up as Freddie Mercury. I mean, he fucking nailed it. I had to stop him and tell him.
Did he have the teeth?
No, but he fucking nailed it. His teeth, he didn't get them fixed.
I know, because it would have taken away his voice.
Fucked up his
singing voice.
Barbara never had a bad nose job because fuck with your voice. Anyway, this guy fucking nailed it. I mean, it was so good. And I'm like, oh my god, I love Freddie Mercury. I'm like, he's like my hero. I'm like, okay, I'm taking a little far look. I like Freddie Mercury. Anyway, fun times, fun shenanigans. Fun shenanigans. And then also it was great because we weren't here to have to deal with the fucking neighborhood kids. So that's always a treat. I don't even know. I feel like there was something.
I was at Penn State over the weekend for the big Ohio State game.
OSU, PSU
which we
game.
Fucking lost. But it was a girls' weekend, so we had fun. And the stadium set a record for over 110,000 people in that stadium.
And Jason Kelsey was there.
Yeah, Jason Kelsey was there.
She stepped on a child trying to get to him.
I did step on a child.
She got fucking aggressive.
She
got fucking aggressive.
So College Game Day with Kurt.
Elbows out, bitches! Watch out, kids!
College Game Day was at... So Fox Game, whatever, the Fox college thing was there, and people were a little pissed off at Fox. There were all these t-shirts being made because I guess Fox aired the game. I was there, so I don't know. And it said fuck Fox
because they aired the game
fuck
at
early
noon.
Fuck noon games.
The game needs to be at noon because it's a huge game. And
people
when it's not at noon, the students are fucking burning down the town. They're tearing down the flagpoles and the lampposts, and they're throwing their furniture off the balconies and lighting the shit on fire.
Yeah.
So
you said
they need to be
a noon game. You said when it's not
when
at
it's
9
not
in the
a
morning.
noon game,
Oh.
when it's a late game, when it's a 4 o'clock game or fucking 8 o'clock game, these fucking kids just drink all day.
Oh, yeah.
all day.
Well, so do
And then
the
they get-
adults.
and the adults, but the adults aren't usually the ones setting the town on fire.
Right.
So the game needs to be
Right.
Early in the day.
So it was a noon game. And so you had to start early. I think we got up at like 6 a.m. to start getting showered and getting ready to go up to the stadium. It was really early.
Early day.
So
Don't tap the table.
So while we were there, we saw Fox Sports there, and not many people were digging them. And then we went over to the College Game Day with Herb Kerbstad or whatever his name is. He's fun. You know, the blonde and some other people.
The guy he used to do it with went to a different station.
Lee something.
He's a new guy. The old guy used to. He's
And Pat McAfee was there. My friend.
For people that don't watch sports or don't live in America, sorry, it's totally inconsequential.
It's fun. Look him up.
It's a big game. It's a big college game in Pennsylvania,
right,
and Ohio.
So, Pat McAfee, who does his own, he's a former football player for Ohio State, I think. He also does his own podcast and is on TV, very into sports, good friends of the Kelseys. He was there with College Game Day. And he had made a bet with Jason the week before Jason Kelsey about kicking a football. So College Game Day had part of this set up in the field so he could kick the ball. It was not during halftime.
Also, if you don't follow football or follow any of this, college football, College Game Day is like a thing on TV. It's like called College Game Day, and they broadcast from a different university or college
each week. The big game,
week, a big game.
Like this week, they're
like a big tailgate. They're on TV. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, this week they're at LSU versus Georgia Bulldogs. They're at Louisiana State. At any rate, so I wanted to see him, and we got up to the stage, and I got separated from my friends because I was going to meet
Sucks
Jason
to get
Kelce.
lost, doesn't it?
It does suck to get lost. I didn't really get lost. I just got separated, and then there were so many people I couldn't see, like when it was all over. But I got yelled at because I jumped over the security line, like literally jumped.
You were very aggressive.
Yeah, I was. Jumped
very
over,
aggressive.
And they're yelling, "Where are you going?" So I jumped the security line. The guy points at me and like shakes his head. He was nice though. I'm like, "Yeah." So I don't even know what I said, and ran and ducked under the other side. Got up to where they were funneling the guys off of the stage to get ready to go into the stadium to watch the football game. And when you know it, Jason Kelce went the opposite way from where I was. He wasn't getting in the line of black SUV escorts. He got walked to a tailgate. So I didn't get to see him.
My friend met him. My friend. No sooner did you get done telling me this story on Sunday, I looked on Facebook and my friend met him. She was doing job skills training in the cafeteria or whatever, like at the stadium, and he walked in looking for the bathroom because of course I promptly texted him like, "Dude, what the fuck? How did you meet him?" And she's like, "He walked in to find a bathroom," and she's like, "And we all shit our pants," and so then there it is.
Then they needed the bathroom.
They got a picture, and yeah, so I'm sorry you didn't get to meet him, but maybe we'll run into him here.
I was gonna scream because there were some people that didn't know.
You should have. He would have
heard
who
he
he
was.
He would have heard you over the
which
crowd.
is fine. I mean, if you don't follow professional football, that's fine. You wouldn't
College.
know. But no, because he's professional. I said
right.
some people didn't know him.
Yeah.
So anyhow, they were there to see the announcers. So I even took my Kelce jersey, Eagles jersey, but I didn't wear it because I figured in a sea of white and blue, navy blue, Penn State, I was going to stand out like a green. Yeah.
In the green.
So I didn't wear it, but I had it all ready. I was going to scream, "Kelce, I'm your neighbor." So meanwhile, if you're there, like
I told my friend last week we should go get a keg and roll it the fuck up his driveway and introduce ourselves because we could all be friends.
Oh, and then this lady sitting next,
I'm all for it.
Not sitting. This lady standing next to me was like, "Oh, I I can't wait to see Kylie." I was like, "Bitch, Kylie isn't here. She's at home with the kids."
Oh,
she was like,
speaking of children.
Oh boy, that was it. We had a fun time. I'll tell you about.
Now I'm gonna apologize in advance because I'm sure this is gonna piss somebody off. We went to a beer dinner last week. We went to several.
Yeah.
We went to two. One of them, a couple shows up with their very young toddler. I'm going to go with 18 months, maybe 2.
Was he walking?
No, she. We're not even at separate tables. We're in a big U-shaped, like they put all the tables together, so it's a big U-shaped because the guy that works for the brewery that was paired with the restaurant is there to present the beers. And then the restaurant people get up and speak, and this just, look, I'm sorry if I pissed you off because you're one of the people that take your fucking kids to these types of things, but This kid did not want to sit there at this table and be quiet while a bunch of adults talked about beer and listened to. So at the first little bit, I don't know, maybe they drugged her up a little Benadryl, I don't know, because at first she was like, "Wah!" And I was like, oh my god. And then she settled down eventually, but like for a little while, I was like,
did she actually sit down then, or did she run around the whole time?
No. I mean, there was a lot of moving her back and forth from lap to lap. Remember, and I understand, like, maybe they had a sitter and the sitter shit the bed and like,
oh my god,
so they had to bring her. I don't know. And if you bought the tickets, I mean, I could see that if you already bought the tickets, you had to bring her. Then there are people that showed up that weren't there for the beer dinner. They wanted to sit with people at the beer dinner and order separately from a fucking menu. It was the most bizarre. It was the most bizarre beer dinner.
Did they know that it was a beer dinner? I mean, they might
not
have known.
It was very bizarre. They had to get the manager and like it was just, like, what the fuck is going on here? It's a beer dinner. You don't want to be go sit in the fucking dining room if you don't want to be at the beer dinner. Very weird. It was very weird. It's hostile.
Hostilities.
Look, it's been. Anyway, I apologize if I pissed you off. Let me see.
I have one more thing to say. So Penn State was rocking last weekend because it was the trifecta. You had the huge Penn State versus Ohio State game at Penn State. You had Halloween, which was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The bars were having Halloween parties. The fraternities.
I don't know that they did that when I was in college, and that chaps my ass a little bit because I would have liked to have done that for 3 days.
Yeah,
Weigh in people that went to Penn State with me. I don't know. Did they do it for 3 days when you were there?
No, we just had a good weekend, and we didn't always have it. So the trifecta came into effect is because you had one of the biggest games that Penn State's playing that Friday night. So
Halloween on a weekend.
Right. So the trifecta was Halloween, the big Penn State game, because people had friends come in from out of town as well. And then you got the extra hour at the bar because it was what is it, daylight savings time or something? Yeah. So you got an extra hour at the bar. And when we were
out, they honor that?
Oh yeah, they always have. It's a big party night Saturday night because the clock always changes at 2:00. They say at 2:00, you're supposed to
midnight.
No, at 2:00. But most people change it before they go to bed. But when you're out, so
it change hours early.
2:00. That's what time the bars close here or at Penn State, and then they take it back an hour, so you get a whole extra hour of party.
Nice. Well, yeah. Last week was a fun week. I'm glad you had a good time.
Mm-hmm. It was crowded.
Real quick, shout out before I forget to Dana. Dana, thank you. It was Dot and the Kangaroo was the fucking cartoon I was talking about the other week, the Australian one that I could not think of the name of. Thank you, Dana, for that. And I meant to Google it too, and I forgot about it. Anyway, we're not going to talk about it, but thank Christ the election is over.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of it.
We're not, no matter what we say, we're going to piss somebody off. So the only thing I had to say about it is thank God the fucking phone stopped ringing.
Yeah, the phone.
And the ads stopped. Because
and the ads.
I couldn't stand it. I could not stand the attack ads. My mailbox. Both sides, my mailbox, everything.
My mailbox had so many of those flyers in it. And it's with the stiff paper. I gave myself a finger cut.
Well, then we had the people canvassing. If you're a canvasser, God be with you.
Yeah, I had a lot of that,
We didn't answer the fucking door. We don't answer our door to begin with. If we know the people, we don't answer the door, let alone some fucking stranger. People are canvassing. And I was talking to PT Joe about this because a friend of his was canvassing and wanted them to canvass with them. And people, why are you going door to door? You're not changing my fucking mind. I'm gonna scream at you if you're for the side I don't like. Get the fuck off my doorstep. Anyway, it has been peaceful and quiet this week.
I know.
No more phone ringing. No more text messages from like Christ knows who.
How did they get my phone number?
Right? I mean,
and it doesn't matter. Like I would hit that delete report junk and then
another number. Yeah. Well, and the ads would make me insane. So it's just so much hate and hostility, and I just couldn't
I'm over it.
So so enough about that. Speaking of hostility, I had a little bit last night, and I refuse. I'm gonna be light and say I cannot have the rage. But last night, Joe
are you still working on your hole?
I'm not gonna talk about the hole. We're not talking about the hole. We're not talking about the dryer anymore. We're not. The dryer situation has not been resolved.
People are dying to know.
Okay, update
about your hole.
The update was I very calmly and politely and nicely called the repair company who we've used before to come out and look at an appliance. They charge us maybe $60 or something to tell us what the problem was and whether it was worth fixing or not. This time it was $139.60. Then I got a bill in the mail for 30 cents because the guy didn't put it in right, and then I stroked out. Then I called him very nicely, talked to the woman,
30
and I was like, "I'm not putting a 73-cent stamp on this fucking off." I didn't say that. I did not say that. But here, at first, I stroked out here and then calmed down before I called, of course, because I'm like, "Put a 73-cent stamp on me here because you fucked up when you put the numbers in." No. So I called, and the lady was like, "Please disregard that." She was like, "Oh my God, that is the silliest thing." I was like, "Thank you."
Let me get 33 cents out of my
I was
purse.
very nice. I was very nice about it on the phone, and she was very nice. Anyway. So then I had like rage because I'm like, so we cleaned out the filter, and it's not the filter issue. There wasn't even that much lint in the fucking filter. Like we expected like clog, because that's what the guy said. No. And then we used the dryer.
Oh.
And it ran all night long. Right? And
it never stopped.
It did dry. It did dry the clothes. I put a load of laundry.
It over dried them. Did it shrink?
Because there was a lot of partying going on last week with the Halloween and the beer nights and the dinners and all the things.
That's what you get.
So I did laundry, and of course I'm not going to run the dryer when we're not home. So we got home the one night, and I ran down. We put the clothes in the dryer and turned it on to like there's different settings. There's like more dry or less dry is one setting, and then there's like auto something, and then there's timed dry with specific amounts of time. So we put it on the more dry, which I forgot because was the setting that was not working before. Which also, I mean, I told the guy that setting wasn't working, so that has nothing to do with the fucking vent. I think, and why would it? In my mechanical mind, why would it?
It has nothing to do with your hole,
right? So I put it on more dry, and we came back upstairs. I think we had another drink. We did whatever, and then we went to bed. And then here's me. I come down in the morning, and I'm like, my hearing sucks. I'm like looking around, like, what the fuck is that noise? What the fuck is that? I'm like looking around. Joe goes, I think that's the dryer. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I was like, oh my God. So we go downstairs. I mean, that fucker ran from like 10 p.m. until like 8 a.m. whatever time it was when I rolled downstairs.
That's what happens when you booze it up.
So we turned the dryer off. I'm like, these clothes better be fucking dry. So they just ran for like 9 hours. They better be dry.
Did they shrink?
So they were dry, just from air blowing on them, but the dryer was cold. Like so, no warm air was coming through.
That's probably good.
So then I tried another load of laundry and put it in the dryer and put it on the timed setting, which worked last time. Before we went to Germany, I used it, but I had to run it 3 times for the load to dry.
Oh my God.
I'm fiddling with it, trying to like assess like what could the problem be, so I can, when I call a repair person, I can have a conversation.
I think your dial's fucked up, or the thermometer thermostat.
I think it's what did Sean call it? The heating element. Sean knew. I'm like he's a heating element. Yeah, heating element. So anyway, so do the laundry downstairs, haul upstairs to use the fucking stackable. And again, thank Christ we happen to have 2 sets of washers and dryers, and the reason for that is because, in case I didn't share this before, we have the washer and dryer in the basement, and then when my house, Joe's parents' house, when Joe's mom was unable to use the stairs, they put a stackable on the first floor. And I don't like the stackable as much because it's great for small loads and it's great for delicates because it doesn't have the thing in the middle that like bras aren't getting caught, like the bra straps aren't getting caught on the thing in the middle, whatever the fuck that is that goes around, the tumbler or the cup, whatever, yeah, right. So it's good for like sheets that don't like wrapped around. So I use it. But I like if I'm going to do like a big load of laundry, basically I can go downstairs and do 1 load of whites and they're done. And then I can go downstairs to the basement and do 1 load of darks and it's done. And then that's it. So now I've got to do, so like what is 1 load in the basement in our full capacity washer is like 2 to 3 loads up here. I prefer to use the basement. Anyway, okay. It didn't work. I put it on the time dry in the basement. It didn't work. I ran it a second time. It just started. I felt the dryer. It was like a tad warm. Ugh. Fuck that. Pulled it all out. Joe hauled it upstairs.
I'm sure you're hostile.
Oh yeah. And put it in the dryer.
I'm sure there's all kinds.
Yeah. It's just.
Especially because you're probably hungover.
Yes. Anyway, so that was the update. Yeah, that was the update on the whole and the situation. And So then I sat on it for a week. With my rage, and I simmered down. And finally, I was like, fuck this. I'm calling the repair company because they charge us $139.60 to tell us that we need to clean the vent. No. So I called back the other day, and I got the lovely woman with the bill problem. Megan Plunkett again, right? I was like, look. I said, I just want to say, I'm feeling some type of way about this.
Did you actually say that?
Yeah. I was like,
I've never said that.
We've used you guys before. It never costs us this amount of money for someone to come out and look at something and then leave and not do anything. And I said, and not only that, he charged us $139 to tell us it needed to clean the vent. We cleaned the vent, and that's not the problem. I think it's the heating element.
And how long was he here for $139?
Like 5 minutes. And I was like, maybe he should have tested the heating element. Maybe he should have looked at other things instead of just telling us. look.
Did you tell her that?
His face was as red as that cup, and he had a bulbous nose. I'm gonna go with he likes the alcohol a bit more than I do. Look, just saying. So I was very nice about it.
Oh my God.
She was very nice, and she said that she was going to relay this issue to the owner,
which hopefully is not that guy.
I don't think it was. Who knows? I don't care if it was. I don't care if it was. And then I got a call back from her a day or two later. It was this week, and told me that she spoke to the owner, and the owner said that if we have a repair person, somebody else come in, and they assess that it's a problem and they have to fix it, like a different problem besides the vent, they will refund. We have to submit a receipt, and they will refund us the $139.60. So, which was nice. So she left a message, and we'll see.
Did you get somebody else in here yet?
Not yet. It's been busy. It's been busy. So okay. So my rage that I had, the only rage I had this week. Okay, let me take that back. I had a lot of rage this week. I always do. Last night, Joe and I were watching the Hallmark Channel, right? Because look, festive fucking fa la la la, it calms me down. It's lovely.
Fucking Hallmark.
Last night we had to run to the bank so I could get cash out to pay my trainer this morning, who fucking canceled on me at 7:00 this morning.
Kumbaya.
So house up the street, all decked the fuck out. Icicles up. I was so excited.
Well, because the weather's been 80
Right,
degrees
so
here.
do it now while it's nice. I wore all fall colors today because I refuse. I'm fucking hostile over the weather. Anyway, we get
It's
home
only going to be
last night,
70 today.
but it's supposed to be cooler finally tomorrow. Okay, so last night, we're watching the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries channel, right? And this commercial comes on. It was called Mistletoe and Murders. It combines Christmas and murder mystery. Ha ha! We were so excited. When's this coming on? New series. Those fuckers at Hallmark. It's on the streaming one only. So if
yeah,
you
they get
stream
you.
it, we don't stream it.
So there are some hostilities?
So you have to pay to stream that specific channel. So then we were both like, fuck that. We were so excited.
That's how they get you. They want you to. They want people
you,
to
yes.
Buy the streaming.
Yes, they want you to buy the streaming, and we're not buying the streaming. So
you'll be without.
we'll be without. And
How did you watch Ted Lasso? Oh, that's on Prime.
No, that's on Apple TV, which we now pay for monthly, and now we pay for the BBC fucking channel monthly.
Maybe you should get rid of the BBC.
I can't. I can't because we like the British shows. Although we probably should have canceled before Christmas because basically I'm just like watching. I'm like in my fa la 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 zone of like my zen little Faith Hill Christmas going on. Like
it is too early for Christmas music. Sean, of course,
not.
programmed in all of the stations for satellite radio in my car, and then he went to school and wrote them down for all of his teachers because they wanted. I think there are like 4 or 5 on satellite radio.
There's like 12.
Oh Jesus!
And if you subscribe to satellite radio,
we do.
You get Sirius Radio. You get even more.
Okay, well he just did the major 3.
Anyway, so prepare yourselves, people, because it's quite possible that next week that there's going to be the snowman will be back in the picture. So those of you that are new and haven't watched the old episodes, there's a snowman. So because
we need to put a turkey with him.
What happened with the turkey?
No, well, with the snowman.
Oh, yeah. I have a turkey. We're not. We can't.
Oh my God!
And he's dusty. Look at the turkey.
Wow. No, I meant put the turkey with the
gobble. He's a little dusty from the attic. Okay, carefully. He'll snag your sweater.
He looks like a pumpkin. Look, he looks like a pumpkin.
I think he's supposed to look like a pumpkin. He's very fallish. So Sean is coming over on Sunday. We had to threaten him this morning because he wouldn't get the fuck out of bed. So I get a phone call.
No, like he wasn't going to go to school for no reason.
So I get
I'm going to kill him.
That to threaten him that he's not coming over on Sunday to help bring the trees down from. We put up multiple trees. It's a process. Decorating our house is a process, and we enjoy it and we love it. But he's also a very big help, and we got a lot going on. Like we, going to see friends next weekend, and have friends coming the following weekend, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then boom. So we have to start early. So there's either going to be a Christmas tree here behind us or the snowman.
I like the snowman,
depending on which side of the table we sit on. We used to sit on that side. We started on that side, and then we switched to this side. Anyway, I digress. So there was, we have some fun fucking animal antics. And this week I came up with them. I called her yesterday, right?
Yeah.
40-some monkeys on the fucking loose escaped from a goddamn lab.
A lab
in South Carolina.
South
Carolinians, whatever. People from South Carolina, watch yourselves.
Yeah.
They're on the loose.
So there is some kind of, they study, brains.
Yeah, like Amy Farrah Fowler on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. They study brains. I forget, neurology something, but it's more than that. I forget. I can't remember, and I read it. So they have 40.
I didn't read the article. I just skimmed it. And
They
then
have
she looked
45. I wanted to make sure it was real news, so it was actually on CBS, and I read
I
it.
told you I got it from a news source.
I know, but sometimes
them
those
on my
news
phone.
sources on the thing aren't real. Like man becomes lizard from eating Cocoa Puffs or whatever.
For fuck's sake. If you believe that, then you need to
Well, some people
have
do.
your brain examined.
Some people do. So anyhow, they're studying the brain at this lab, and this lab has been in South Carolina for a long time. In fact, so long so that there is an island, I forget the name of the island, starts with an M, off of the coast of South Carolina, which is now known as Monkey Island. But
wow,
it was another M before the monkey. It's known as Monkey Island now, but
Mad Monkey Island?
no, it's called Monkey Island because there are three.
Isn't it like a fucking monkey virus, monkeypox or some shit too?
I don't know.
Fuck.
So there are 3,500 and some monkeys
On the island.
living
not
on the
loose.
island. Living
Not
on the
loose.
island. And this lab gets the monkeys from there.
Is that legal? Are they allowed?
Yeah, I mean it's this whole thing. It went into the whole thing of
Okay,
it.
so the monkeys are on the loose, like 40 some of them. And
Yeah, and they
what? So
haven't
what are
been found. They got loose, I think, yesterday. Today's Friday. They have not been found. They are using what's called happy traps or something because they're not nasty traps because it won't hurt them, maim them, kill them.
Good.
They go in for the food
Christ.
and then the door shuts behind them. And these are
How
all...
have they not caught a single monkey
Wait,
yet?
so these are all 45 are female and they only weigh 6 to 7 pounds right now
They're
each.
people are going home with pets. People are fighting these fucking things, and they are going home with pets.
And the lab
Because I was
wants
home with a pet.
everybody to know that these monkeys have not been
Let's go on a road
they have
trip.
not been used in experiments.
I have one of the monkeys since I read Pippi
These will gnaw your
Longstocking.
face off. They're the
when I
macaw.
was-
They're the Macau, whatever they're called.
I don't know. I don't know.
MACHAU.
Are they mean?
They can be mean. So they
If you
said.
get them young enough, you can probably.
Well, these are young because they're only 6 to 7 pounds. It didn't say how old they are, but
Just
they're
put
all
a diaper
female.
on it, though. You can have that monkey shitting around the house.
Maybe. Well, this is true. Didn't they do that? Didn't Amy Farrah Fowler in the one episode have it? That was a chimp.
If
though.
you
She
do
had a
not
chimp.
watch Big Bang Theory,
You need to
people-
watch it.
And I'm not a comedy TV watcher for the most part.
You need to watch it.
I mean, episodes that I've seen 16 times, I still fucking I stop breathing sometimes laughing so hard at some of these episodes. And the ones with Amy Farrah Fowler, it's Sheldon's girlfriend in the show, doing the and she's
a
played by
neurobiologist.
the girl on the that plays on that does the Jeopardy hosting sometimes.
Yeah, and she was a child star.
I know. I forget what she
played.
was in, but I can't pronounce her name either. That doesn't.
Miriam. It's Miriam Bialik. Miriam Bialik.
Okay.
At any rate, she's a neurobiologist.
And she does like studies with monkeys on the show.
Yeah.
With like smoking and shit. It's fantastic.
Well, the smoking was a reward. The one was smoking because it was a reward.
I don't know. He blew it right at Sheldon. He's like,
Right.
"You really are an ass." Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's such a good show.
So
Such
it is a
fucking
good show. I live it sometimes because I just do.
With
Like
monkeys.
no, the Legos,
Oh,
the
right,
kids,
right. Yes, the science. I was like, "What?"
the science piece of it.
Look, I was like, "What?" Okay,
My
right,
oldest.
right.
So, but anyhow, so these monkeys are loose and they're using these happy traps or nice traps. They're
With
actually
apples
called.
to catch them.
And their favorite fruit is apples, so they're putting apples in the traps, and they're
Is it
using
all
infrared.
monkeys' favorite food?
No, just these, because maybe that's what they get in the lab. I don't know.
That's
And
a
they're
reward?
using thermal imaging.
Well, let's hope they catch them because half of them are going to home as pets.
And this article actually referenced a year ago in Danville, Pennsylvania.
Wasn't that longer ago?
No,
More than
it said a year ago.
Oh.
The Danville, we had a dozen monkeys
These
get
monkeys
loose.
were a little dangerous, though. I bet somebody should get shots and shit. Because again, do not
Because
approach
she's trying
the
to help
monkeys.
it. Wait, fuck.
Do not approach the monkeys. Do not approach the monkeys. Okay, on the
Stay away from the
stay away from
monkeys.
the monkeys. Second, animal antics. 'Cause,
Wait,
like,
I'm still back on the island.
sorry.
I'm still having trouble processing that this island
wait, well,
off
for
of
those
South
of you that
Carolina.
have not seen the fucking Rising of Planet of the Apes, I mean, you need to watch that. This is how this shit happens. You have monkeys on the loose. Next thing you know, they're running the fucking country.
Do they have to eat something nuclear or something? Like I forget how Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. They ate something.
I like
They
the
were given
old
shots
Planet of
or
the Apes.
medicine.
When it
I
was a
didn't see
TV
the
show
original
when I
ones.
was really
Was it a
little in the
TV show?
70s. Yeah.
I thought it was just movies.
No, and then they came out with the movies, and the movies don't like the movies so much. So
I never saw the original, but I like the movies. We just watched them like a few months ago for the first time because I we had never seen them. We're trying to watch some things we'd never seen before.
Oh, you have to go read this article if you don't believe me. The article did go on to say,
Rise of the
mention
Planet of the
twice.
Apes? Oh.
No, it did not mention Rise. It mentioned twice that you shouldn't go near them, but they have not. They don't have any like
not been
disease.
exposed
They've
to
not been because they
Okay.
haven't been used in experiment yet.
Well, animals that do have disease are fucking raccoons. And then the other animal antics that I saw on the news
Fucking raccoons.
was a fucking raccoon dropped from the ceiling in the LaGuardia airport. One minute you're sitting there having a fucking drink or a coffee, or you're having your Xanax, getting ready to board the plane. Next thing there's a fucking raccoon falling out of the ceiling.
It was like an acrobat.
I didn't click on that either. I just screenshot it.
No, it was on
Did you
TV.
read
I
the
saw it on
article?
TV. I saw it on
can't.
TV.
I don't like to fly or like the airport as it is. That's enough like anxiety-inducing stuff right there. Let alone the fear of like a fucking raccoon hopping out of the
Hopefully, it
ceiling.
did not have rabies.
When I lay in bed at night and I hear like a little sound, the first thing I think is, my God, there's a raccoon coming out of the attic and it's gonna gnaw my face off while I sleep. This is the shit that I lay in bed worrying about.
I don't
that or a squirrel.
There-
I'm like, there's something
Well,
like.
neither one of them are carnivores, so I
Oh,
think.
I have my.
Squirrel.
In honor of fall, I have my squirrel. I have my squirrel on again. Oh, and was it Rosalie?
Does your sister like squirrels? No, she hates them.
Rosalie. I think it was Rosalie.
Rosalie.
On our Facebook page asked.
Rosalie.
If the squirrel went through the wood chipper, I don't know. Cause remember it fell out of the tree. It died when the tree came down across the street. Also, I have a funny story
About the wood chipper?
No, and I meant to post this on Facebook.
Wait, what movie had a wood chipper? Was it Fargo? And they put somebody in the wood chipper?
I believe so. Yes. Also, Night of the Scarecrow. That movie fucked me up a little bit when I was younger. Where's it going?
Squirrel, wood chipper.
Okay, wait. So I get a text from my aunt last week while I'm half in the bag somewhere. It was a lot of partying last week.
People are going to send you to Alcoholics Anonymous.
I'm dry this week. I'm good. Except for election night. We dove in, but now I'm dry. I'm dry until next week, and I've got like 10 days, 14 days. Anyway, good. So,
Aunt.
my aunt. So I get this text from my aunt, and I'm gonna post a picture on Facebook, and I've been meaning to do it, and I forgot. But so she was at the grocery store, and they had little round cheesecakes with strawberries, like the cut off, and like the fat end of the strawberry sitting on top, the pointy end, anyway. And she takes a picture and she sends to me, and she goes, all I could see is a yam sack dessert. It's all I can see.
Ouch.
And she said maybe there's a yam sack aficionado working here.
Oh,
from your show
my
or something.
God.
I forget. I have to
That's
go back and
funny.
read the text. It was fucking funny. So I looked at it, and sure enough, these strawberries. I mean, there were some big strawberries too, and it was just.
You got to post the picture.
Yam sack dessert. I will post a picture. It was fucking funny. It was fucking funny for sure.
Wait, I hope the squirrel didn't go through the wood chipper. Like, I'm still focused on that.
I'm still focused on the one that was dead that the crows were tearing apart. The one. Ugh, I can't. Okay, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna move on. Speaking of things that happen in the neighborhood, we've not done the Dear Abby in a while because I've not been reading my magazines because I went into a pile on my coffee table and were lost. But I dug them out. I'm gonna try to do. I want to do one once a week, but I forget. Okay, so here's one. This one was close to my heart with rage for the neighbors.
Oh.
So, and this is from the Real Simple magazine. I'm probably have to let them. I'm gonna have to give credit where credit's due. And it's Hoda Copy and Jenna Bush Hager that do this.
You're gonna do a bibliography underneath this post?
No, but I wanted to just I don't know if I'm supposed to shout out the shit or not.
I hated writing bibliographies.
Okay. Richard asks. I wish I had Richard's information so I could just chat with him about how much we hate neighbors. Richard asks, we live in a neighborhood with a lot of mature trees and no fences. Our house is new and doesn't have any trees, but due to the direction of the wind, our lot ends up being the resting place for the bulk of our neighbors' leaves. Meaning, full leaf pickup is either a big chore or a big expense for us. Should we keep quiet and just deal with disposing dozens of lawn bags or spending hundreds of dollars to hire someone, or can we ask our neighbors for help?
Well, I don't think you're going to get your neighbors to help you.
Come on.
You need to put a fence up so it barricades.
So it doesn't. So we were the recipients of this very exact issue because we had the fucking mammoth oak across the street, and then over here there was a mammoth tree. So and we live on the corner. So in front of our house and the back and side of our house, no matter what, the leaves our lawn was covered. So that used to be us. And then we thought, then the lady across the street, the old whore, took the tree down.
Oh my
Look, she is not a nice person.
The old whore.
Or lucky that's all I called her. So she.
I can't believe you're calling the old lady. She's like 80.
If I would throat punch her, I would throat punch her right in the fucking throat, and then kick her just for good measure. I can't. She's an asshat, is what she is. I don't care if she's in her 80s. She's an asshat. She's an asshat. Every morning when I see her leave to go to mass, I just yell out the window, "Not doing any good. Pray a little harder."
And she's even a religious person. And
she's a fucking ass. Anyway, look. Let me stop. It's a fucking rage against my neighbors. So she cut the tree down because the trees are beautiful, but the trees in a neighborhood with houses this size, the trees are too big.
Yeah.
For this, I mean, they're towering above. They're beautiful. You can't see them from this angle, but they're towering above. I mean, and they're gigantic. I mean, they're like the guy across the street when they cut the tree down. So it was at least 100 years old.
Yeah.
These trees were here before these homes. Anyway.
Since biblical times.
So when her tree came, and then our gutters too, like our gutters were fucking full and like all the. So when she cut it down, that took care of the leaves on the side and the back of the house. Done. This tree, though, I mean, our lawn is covered, and then they blow, the way the wind blows, a pile of them would come to the front of our door. Like, it was just like a wind
rest
tunnel.
right there.
And then constantly, you open the door, like leaves blow into the house. I mean, it was an ongoing battle. Now, since they cut the tree down, it's lovely. But we stopped with the stuff. We would. I'm going to get back to what Hoda and Jenna had to say here in a minute. But I wanted to just address this because I was like, look, Richard, I hear you, but you can't go to the fucking neighbor like, hey,
help me. They're going to be like,
these are your leaves. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
They're not my yard,
right? So when they took the tree down the other week, for those of you that follow along, they cut the tree down, and no more leaves, which is lovely. But also, I have read numerous times, and friends of mine who do a lot of gardening, you're supposed to just leave the leaves, because leave the leaves in the yard. It's good for the grass over the winter. It's good for animals. It's good for insects.
If you have too many, it kills the grass.
We're not talking like layers and layers. We're not like a fucking forest here. I mean, it's just, and they blow around. But you're supposed to leave it. So Joe would just mow the lawn and it would just shred them and there was like mulch, whatever. Also, I like the way they look in the yard. In the yard. Not in front of my fucking door, but in the yard. They look nice. They're colorful. Well, at first they're colorful. Then they turn brown as shit. But, I mean, anyway. So, okay. So, can we ask our neighbors for help? Hoda chimes in. Well, it's not the neighbor's fault that the wind blows towards you. I think you may just have to suck it up and deal with the leaf removal. Pun there. Like suck up the leaves.
I got it. It's funny.
I mean, I was going to say pun, but in my mind, I heard, okay. Jenna says, yeah, part of being in a community is doing things for others. Think about it. When they do something for you, that counts as returning the favor. Hoda continues, in a perfect world, neighbors help each other. One day it'll snow and someone might help you shovel.
No way, bitch.
I would handle the leaf removal on your own. Pay someone to do it if you can. If you don't have a couple $100, I understand you might have to do it yourself. And who knows? Maybe a neighbor will see you out there and join in.
That's not happening.
Kumbaya.
That's not happening. No neighbors. Ow, my knee.
No, our neighbors help each other. They don't. This is why I hate the neighbors. And it all started with snow removal. I can't. We'll get to that if we ever snow. I can't talk about it. Anyway, so since it is our 50th episode. If anyone wants to chime in, what would you do with your neighbors? Let us know, by all means. So for our 50th episode, we're talking about doing a fucking giveaway since we had the Yamsack giveaway last year. So those of you that are not in touch with us in any way, shape, or form, I don't know how you're going to participate. So I apologize.
Well, they're going to have to comment.
Well, I mean, so you can... So, I'll get... Okay. So we're on Facebook. I might post this on the Instagram if I can figure it out.
It's hard.
Or if you have... if you know us and you have...
They can comment on YouTube.
But you can only comment on YouTube if you're watching it from a device.
Oh.
Like you can like if you're on the TV, you can't comment on it. So if you watch it on your phone or you watch it on a laptop or an iPad or some shit, you can comment. If you're watching on the television, you cannot. Oh wait, before we do the giveaway. So last week we have to apologize. The sound sucked last week, and I didn't have time last week. I try to rewatch it before I post it just in case, so I can give a disclaimer if something sucks. But I didn't have time because Halloween. So. One, we had the fan on out here because it was fucking hot out in October, and it was oscillating, and it makes a clicking sound, which was being picked up in the background, which was awful. And also, we did not have the microphone plugged in. That or the microphone's broken, so I'm not sure. But we just probably didn't have it plugged in. So the sound was going in and out, which is what happened the time we did it by your pool this summer. We didn't have the microphone plugged in, and so it it would catch like the noise from the pool,
Right,
but
the
like, we were going
background.
out anyway. So we apologize. Okay, so we have a giveaway. And so we have two things. First, we have Cozy as Fuck candle. Cozy as Fuck.
What's the smell of it?
Warm flannel and mahogany.
Let me smell.
Oh, it smells nice. Not florally.
Let me smell it.
It's sort of manly smelling.
Yeah, manly. It's good. It's a
Manly.
nice,
It is
clean
nice.
smell. Nice, clean
Cozy
smell.
as Fuck. This is from,
Good, clean smell.
I got these, I think, from a place in Michigan last year.
Oh.
Big Moods. I also got some fun cards from them. Big Moods from Kalamazoo Candle Company. I think it was in Michigan. And then this one, which I thought was really appropriate, especially for this week. I thought it was great. And for all my rage, for all the time. I hate people. Apple, cinnamon, and pine.
Oh.
This is my type of candle. Now I want to keep this for myself.
Oh,
Sons
I
of
do like
bitches.
that. That's a good smell too.
Sons of bitches.
And it's not like overpowering.
No,
it's
nice.
It's a good
It's very
scent
nice.
too.
Okay, so to get yourself one of these, you're going to hashtag either hashtag cozy as fuck or hashtag I hate people. So you can text it to one of us. You can PM it to one of us. I'm going to post these on a picture on Facebook on our Small Talk Queens page. Those of you that have not joined it, join it. And
Doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't do anything.
Right, you
just
can comment. I'll post a picture of the two of them together, and then you can comment underneath that post hashtag I hate people or hashtag cozy as fuck. Choose one. You can only do one. You can either choose hashtag cozy as fuck or hashtag cozy as fuck or hashtag I hate people. Again, the I hate people is apple, cinnamon, and pine, and the cozy as fuck is warm flannel and mahogany.
And we will pull the winner next week.
And we'll pull the winner next
from
week.
our DMs,
Yes.
our texts, and whatever else
you
you.
can message us, comment. You can email us. So if you're not on any fucking social medias and you're not in touch with us, like if you don't know us and you're not on the Facebook or whatever, you can email us at.
Here you go.
Nobody ever. I only got one email. I believe it's smalltalkqueens@gmail.com.
Plural. Small talk queens.
Small talk queens. I meant like queen by like a crown, by the way, not like. Sorry, I did not mean to offend anybody with that. Small talk queens, plural, @gmail.com. So, and I promise I will check the email before next week,
and I'll mail these out to whoever wins them.
We'll get them mailed out. And these aren't cheap candles either, by the way. I'm going to put that out there. They're not cheap candles. I bought them as gifts, and then I decided I didn't want to give them away, and I kept them for myself. And I have a lot of candles, and I decided that we needed to do something, so we're going to.
These
give
are
these out.
100% natural soy, which means they burn cleaner for those that, only like the soy ones. This is a 30 to 40 hour burn time, too.
Handcrafted, yes. Big Moods by Kalamazoo Candle Company. Handcrafted, made for Big Moods by Kalamazoo. Big Moods is the name of the company that sold them. Kalamazoo Candle Company is who crafted them, and they're in Michigan, USA. So made in the USA. Anyway, so that's a funsy little thing. We'll have the winners next week. If you win, we'll announce it on here for the winners, and then you will have to contact us if you're somebody that is not known to us. We will need your address. So wait, let me see. Okay, wait. Okay, moving on from the candles. I know I had a little list of things. I mean, I literally walk around with like this shit in my purse and pull it out, and, like jot a note. So I went to an ice hockey game with your husband.
Well, I was at the Ohio State Penn State game.
And Joe over the weekend. So if you're not familiar with the Philadelphia Flyers
ice hockey team,
you need to look. They lost. You need to look up fucking Gritty. Gritty is like a Muppet character.
The mascot.
The mascot is Gritty, and he's fucking terrifying. Yeah. He has these
I'm gonna find a
eyes that
picture.
fucking
They
jiggle
Google.
around.
They Google.
He moves away. My bun does. I mean, it's just. But I find him terrifying. And so Joe and Sean, I took a picture of them with him. But they were doing the video of him working out, like
on the big screen.
Yeah, on the jumbotron. Excuse me. And his eyes were rolling around. And I have a friend. I'm gonna call her out. I have a lot of friends. My friend, we'll call her Sarah. So there was this one time we were in Mexico in a hot tub, and we were it was a friend's birthday, and we're all we were a mess. And Joe was keeping me and Sarah from drowning in the hot tub, one of those it's like a big pool hot tub type thing. And we were joking. He's like, Sarah was so drunk, her eyes were rolling around her head. So which is true, like, right? So last weekend, we're at this fucking thing, and I'm looking at Gritty. I'm watching the Jumbotron. His eyes are rolling.
Here's Gritty.
He's fucking terrifying. If you're a lover of Gritty, I apologize. But look, I find him
he is fun, but those eyes rolling around.
Yeah, the eyes are what do it for me. And I was like, oh my God, his eyes need to quit rolling around. And Joe is like, Joe not missing a beat. He's like, oh my God, it's like Sarah when she's drunk. It's like, oh my God. I laughed so hard.
Poor Sarah.
Look, I mean...
I'm trying to find a picture of his eyes rolling because they... Well, here, you can't really...
have to see him. You have to see him in action.
Yeah, but here, you can see how his eyes are not centered. I mean, that's what it's like.
His eyes are, like, attached, but when he moves, the eyes move around. Like, they're not stationary.
Yeah, it's bad.
So we're watching the game, and one of the refs had a bad call, and I'm there for the fight. Like, I want
a bench clear. If I'm going to a game, I want to fight.
And I was so excited because they were playing Boston Bruins, and Boston is usually known to be about as rough as Philadelphia. So I'm like, yes, it'll be a fight, yes. No, it's disappointing. But a ref had a bad call, so everyone in the stands is yelling, "Ref, you suck! Ref, you suck!"
That's Philly.
Ref, you suck! So then the best part is there's family in front of us. And there's this beautiful Latino woman, and I couldn't help stare at her. She had this beautiful black hair, and her two little girls. I'm gonna say 6 and 3 or 5 and 3, and the 3-year-old, maybe 4. We'll say 4, probably 4. 4-year-old sitting in front of me, right? And this mother was like, no joke with these fucking kids. She's like, you sit down or we're leaving. I was like, oh, I like this woman. I like her. The kids were adorable. See the kids dressed. Hair matching, clothes matching, little lavender sweaters.
Maybe she can take my son for
little
me.
4-year-old in front of me starts going, "Ref, you suck! Ref, you suck!" And mom, no joke, was like, hey. She's like, no. And I start fucking laughing because I can't help myself. And she turns around and looks at me and she laughed. And I was like, I love it. I was like, I love it.
Did my son scream, "Ref, you suck"?
No, he did not. He did not chime in. But then, so they do a lot of panning of the crowd. And I'm always like my biggest fear is ending on that fucking Jumbotron. Like,
the Jumbo.
It's not flattering. I don't want to be like everyone's like,
usually somebody's picking their nose that they put them on.
Yeah, like people are up dancing. Like I have no business being on the Jumbotron. I don't want to be on the Jumbotron. So they scan into this fucking grandpa, right? Grandpa looked like, right? Joe goes, whoa. He's like, Grandpa looks like he's been through it. I'm like, fuck, Grandpa looks like the way I feel. I was like, oh my God.
He was looking bad?
Grandpa was looking fucking
Did he have
rough.
his teeth?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure.
For those of you that don't know a little history with the Philadelphia, the NHL's Philadelphia Flyers ice hockey team, they used to be called the Broad Street Bullies for the fighting. Broad Street Bullies.
Yeah, Philadelphia fans for all their sports are a little like rough and tumble kind of thing.
Yeah.
So okay, switching gears. So speaking of sports, Travis Kelce. So he was in a new show. He was in a TV show, which I did not. So I don't follow him quite the way that, right? Yes. Me. So Joe and I were looking for something like funsy to watch, like for the Halloween season.
Not funsy.
And so, Grotesquerie we watched. I want to say it was
with Niecy Nash
on FX, maybe.
Yes.
With Niecy Nash. It was not a comedy. Niecy Nash has a couple of good one-liners in there because she is, I think, like a comedian sort of by trade. Is in a lot of comedy TV. So I'm looking this up, right? And it's by the makers. It's by the guy, whatever his name is, that does American Horror Story, which we watch. We actually just finished last season, like last year's American Horror Story, with Kim Kardashian was in it. I don't know if we talked about this before, but American Horror Story we used to love. Like, it started out with like witches and haunted houses and shit. It was pretty cool, a little fucked up. But then it escalated, and every season is like more and more fucked up. Where at the end of it, I'm like, remind me next season we're not watching this. And so again, we finish this. I'm like, remind me if another season comes out of this, we can't watch it because it starts out, it's good, it's kind of scary, and then it just fucking jumps the shark, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? So, and I didn't know what that term meant till like a couple years ago. I didn't know what jump the shark was, and it's like the Fonzie reference, right?
From Happy Days.
Happy Days. I'm like, what the fuck does that?
Where he goes water skiing.
Where he goes, what the fuck?
Was he water skiing or riding the motorcycle? I forget.
I don't know. It was a ridiculous moment, and the show went to shit. So Grotesquerie. Speaking of jumping, even Joe was like, this just jumped the fucking shark a little bit. I'm like, you think? So we tuned in to watch it. And
it's scary.
I'm looking it up. It wasn't really, it's not scary. It's just, it's fucked up.
Not for
I had
kids.
no idea. Travis, no, definitely not for kids. Travis Kelce was in it. I'm like, what the fuck? He's an actor now? So he did okay. He did okay. Because at first it's like watching him on the podcast. It's just like him. Like
He's got a bad mullet in
playing
this.
only for one.
I know, but he's got a badass mullet.
He looked good, like his normal self, and he played like a really nice guy. Like he seemed like himself, like in most of the episodes. And then he was not. And I also wondered if he was really a bad guy in disguise. I contemplated.
Well, don't tell anybody.
I'm not telling anybody. I also wondered if he was like a protector, or he was a dark person. Like I wasn't sure what was his role was. We're watching this.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
It got so fucked up. Like Joe and I both again, like we're not drinking that. Like, yeah, fucking drink. I don't know. Maybe if we drink, we could understand it better. I don't fucking know. And I'm like, maybe I'm not artistic enough to understand this shit. Like why does it go so fucking weird and wild? Like, what the fuck happened? And so like we spent all this time watching this season, and I don't know, like maybe they were like half-hour episodes. I don't remember. Niecy Nash did a great job. I love her, and
I think she's from Philly.
It was an interesting show until it wasn't. It was interesting until it wasn't, and I was like, I don't understand what the fuck is happening. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to watch it now. I wasn't going to, but I'm gonna have to watch it.
I mean, it's a little it's not violent, but it's
fucked up.
Grotesquerie is the name of a serial killer that's in there. So they show the scenes left over from the serial killer, and they're like he stages them for like reasons. It kind of reminded me of that movie Seven. Like the Seven Deadly Sins. There's a religious aspect to it.
Wasn't Brad Pitt in that?
Yes. So there's a religious aspect to it, and anyway, so we finished that, and then here I'm over the weekend. I'm watching fucking Fred Claus because I'm like, I had enough now. I've had enough of the scary shit, and so.
Do you know what's coming here? My knee has a problem. Do you know what's coming here? The Grinch Who Stole Christmas musical.
At the Flyers game, they had the dude dressed as the Grinch. He was fucking terrifying.
Oh, he was
if
walking
I were
around?
A kid, oh yeah. So they did a thing where he was on one side and Gritty was on the other, and they were holding up signs to each other like they had enough of this game. Let's meet in the parking lot and steal shit out of people's unlocked cars. Oh. I mean, it was amusing. It was amusing.
That could happen very easily.
So the Grinch was out there because they were showing him like on the jumbotron. And
so he looks different there than he does in like the.
Oh yeah, like
the Jim Carrey one. The Jim Carrey one isn't that scary.
The Jim Carrey character looks 1,000 times better than the character. Yeah.
Did he have like a mask thing on, or was it painted
his face? And then like some hairy shit like popping out of it. And like I can't. Like in Big Bang Theory when Penny played the gorilla in the movie she was trying to be in, and then she like fake fur stuck to like that. Yeah, I was like, because I'm like, whoa, that Grinch is terrifying. And then here it was, and then they're putting up ads. I'm like, why is the Grinch here? It is November 2nd. Why the fuck is the Grinch here? Look, I mean,
Christmas.
They're playing Christmas music also on the thing.
Well, you know.
So I'm like, I mean, I'm all for it, but I'm like, okay, like it seems a little early. I'm all for it, like in my home and people that want to do it, great. But like for like a public event, it just seemed like a tad early. Doesn't usually happen. I'm all for it though. And then there was the Grinch, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm not seeing that. Jesus Christ. That's what fucking nightmares are made out of. Those kids, you take your fucking kid, they will come home scarred. You gotta take a kid that's like 12 and up. I mean, anybody, like, any kid under that, you're like, no. Terrifying.
I wonder what the dog's gonna look like.
I don't know. But, here's something. So speaking of the theater, Joe and I are doing a fun thing this year. We are going to see the Nutcracker. We got tickets to go see the Nutcracker.
Here or in
Here
New York?
At the ballet. He's never seen the Nutcracker in person.
Neither have I.
So, on the way to or from the hockey game last weekend, they had it advertised on a billboard. And he's like, have you ever been to it? I'm like, oh, yeah. So we got tickets and trying to figure out the map of the fucking theater or whatever. I was
seats.
Like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what I'm looking at, like little dots and shit.
What theater is it at?
Academy of Music. So, and it's like you have like the $54 ticket, so you're sitting in like some nosebleed section with a fucking pole in front of you, so you're watching it like this the whole time, which I've done, which sucked. Or it was like $280 for like front row, like you can get the sweat on you. So like somewhere in the middle of the road we got, but that's so exciting. So Joe said to me, we were talking about seeing it, and we've seen it like on television, but never in person. He's like, so you've seen it in person? I go, yeah, lots of times. He's like, lots of times? I'm like, Yeah, I mean, Mom took us to see it at Eisenhower Auditorium when we were younger. She probably fell asleep.
I did not see that.
And then I saw it when I used to bake cookies with my friend in DC. We would go like every year. It was like our thing to do. At least a couple years anyway. We went. So it's been a minute since I've been. But also, like, we couldn't go to the theater because with my back, I could not stand to sit in those fucking seats. So like last year, we went to see the Christmas movie that I love. Now I can't think of it because I just brain farted because anyway, we went to A Wonderful Life. There it is. When I'm on the spot, I can't think of things like that. We just see It's a Wonderful Life at the movie theater, and which was great on the big screen. I loved it, but it was like my back had really gone to shit. The sciatica was bad, and I'm sitting on this fucking, and I'm like, I just kept like moving around. Like when we had to sit in the back because I don't want to disturb someone. Like if you're someone sitting in front of you, like fucking doing this, like while you're trying to watch a fucking movie. So we had to sit in like the back row because I'm like leaned in, and then I'm like leaned back, and then I'm like over here, and then
like
I'm
what
over
is
here.
up with that lady?
Like just fucking like right. I remember because I had started with PT Joe the week leading up to Christmas, like the 21st or whatever, and he's like, so like. I forget what was happening, but he's like, when, like, so it's gotten worse and worse. I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, when is it bad? I'm like all the time. Like, it was really bad at the movies the other day. He's like, you went to the movies like this? I'm like, oh, I did. Like,
and I
bad.
did this.
And he's like, wait, I'm like, I kept moving around. Basically, I sat, like, finally I come to my legs spread, and I just leaned my elbows on my knees and just leaned forward. He's like, I bet you did. It's like, it's how I got comfortable. So
that was attractive.
Yeah.
Attractive.
Yeah. So, okay. So we're at 56
I got my
minutes.
first Starbucks.
And she did not fucking bring me one.
Well, you didn't miss much. It's not so great. But they came out with the red cups on November 7th.
I will have one gingerbread latte
this
season.
Is a gingerbread latte. They finally brought it back.
Maybe you can bring one to me next week.
It was just okay.
For our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, I will. It was just okay. Their originals are much better. I mean, they brought it back. They have the syrup and stuff. I didn't get whip on it, so maybe that was part of it. I don't know. Non-fat, a little bit of whip. You have to have a little bit of whip. Yeah, well, I didn't.
Anyway, okay, so it's our 50th episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, like, those of you that have not been, those of you that are new, welcome, and those of you that have not gone back and, like, started from the beginning, like, I don't know, sometimes you have, like, some time to fucking binge, go for it, like, because we revisit a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, look at my nails. I forgot. Oh, I did nails.
Oh, my God.
So, right? I did my nails. My first time doing fake nails this week. Not bad. Olive in June. I went down the rabbit hole. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how to.
Can you get them wet?
Yeah, I mean, I've showered every day.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
I did some dishes by hand. Yeah,
I like that color.
Now that being said, so there's a learning curve. Look, ladies and gents who want to try these out. So there's a learning curve, and I was in a hurry. So like they come with like 30 some in a pack, so you can like figure out like all the perfect sizing.
Oh.
So, like, you're supposed to have it so the perfect size goes edge to edge without any nail showing. So, like, there I have a tad bit of nail showing. Mm-hmm. This one I don't, and they're different sizes. But, like, so a couple of them were too big. I put them on, they were too big. And then what happens is, like, they don't, like, the water gets, like, really, like, under them and shit. And, like, they just, whatever.
They unstick.
Well, so, yeah. So, I did replace a couple because I was not liking the way that a couple of them looked. They were too big. Also, I'm not used to long nails. Like, I'm used to, like, I keep my nails short.
Do they have lengths?
These are considered short.
Oh,
these are right. So here I am on my phone, and I'm like normally like do, and now I have to go to the side. And that sometimes I miss what I'm trying to, and it makes this noise.
Oh yeah, with your finger.
Right. So like last night I'm laying in bed, I'm trying to play my game, and I'm like, I hope that's not disturbing Joe. Well, sitting there, oh my God, show that from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This was on. What was that on?
It was on Snap. No, yes.
Snapchat. Yeah.
Wait,
Which Sean had shown me how to do it. Look at that. They had the filter. That is fun for days. I love it.
This was 2016.
I love it.
It was fun. We all got our picture.
If you have not, I was talking to someone last week. They have not seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's. Oh my God. I've seen it so many times. I was disappointed that it was not on TV this year. At least not that I found.
This one's better.
Oh. Christ, right? I'm gonna do my makeup like that next year. Okay.
You should.
All right. We are definitely like close to an hour here. Show it. That actually looks good.
I know. I should wear dark
You
makeup
should totally
like
do
that.
Well, after Halloween last week, I'm like, I need to start wearing more makeup. I really like having like a lot of makeup on, and then I haven't had makeup on all fucking week until today, and I was like. Like today, this morning, I was like, I am not washing my fucking
It's a
hair.
lot of work.
Like,
It's
like,
a lot of work.
I can't do a daily hair wash. I cannot. Also, I didn't want to
Mess
get
up
my
your
nails in
nails.
it too much. I showered yesterday. I washed my hair yesterday.
I do like that color,
Right?
and the nails look very nice.
Right? I'm very pleased with it. Well, and here's my takeaway.
I don't have patience.
It was quick. I mean, it's once you figure out so the first time you need to give yourself time to really figure out the length. And they have like a little piece of paper that has all the directions and the guide, and then it shows a spread of like your hands like this. So then you write down which number. So each nail on the back of it, in the tiniest fucking thing you ever saw in your life, in the same color as the nail, there's a little tiny number etched in there. And here's me like going fucking blind, like oh my god, like in the light, I'm like, oh my god, like I can't, I could not. So it was a struggle to see the number. So my only complaint to them, and I heard about that on one of the YouTube videos I was watching about like how to like put them on. This other girl was like, my only complaint was that like you can't see the numbers. It's very challenging to find the numbers. So you write the number down. So I wrote the numbers down, and then as I reassessed, like yesterday, these are on. They have two different kinds. Those who are not in the nails, look, sorry. They have two different kinds. One you can glue on. You can also glue these on. You can get a little bottle of like nail glue, and then the other one these came with these little sticky tabs you put on underneath of it. I mean they're fucking right.
Don't do that. You're
right. I mean, showering, I have not gotten the hair like caught up underneath. Anyway, so as I took a couple off because I'm like these are too big, and a couple were loose because of application error on my part, and they were too big. So then I revisited the numbers.
Can you reuse them?
Yes, you can, which is also great. Now, if you use the nail glue, I don't know. So these you can. I mean, you have to once you get them off, you have to and to get them off, they will start to loosen. They're supposed to last about a week, up to a week. These are great. Like if you like, especially if you need to be somewhere and you don't have time to let your nails dry, because that's me. That's my biggest complaint. And I just bought their gel system too. They have a new gel system. I'm gonna try that out. So I got into doing my own nails like a year ago, like last spring, like a year and a half ago, and I love doing it. And it's like a little quiet time. I sit there, paint them. I enjoy it. I'm not doing like designs and shit, but so I thought let me try this. But so I have to do them at night. I have to make sure like, when I paint them, I have to make sure my face is already washed and everything's ready to go, so I can just sit there and just sit for like the next however long for it to dry, because you figure it's 2 to 3 coats and a top coat, like it's
gotta dry.
And I fuck them up. So this is nice, especially like if you're in a hurry. I mean, it's find which numbers you use, and then just and I wrote them down. So as I adjusted them over the last couple of days, so
after you do the first one, you're good to go pretty much with the
like this one.
size.
This one is still too big, and it's a little loose because like it's too big, so like water has gotten underneath there and whatnot. But
they're really
and I
nice.
can reuse them. You have to peel the shit off the back though if you want to reuse them, which I did yesterday. I was like, got the gunk off, and like, so yeah, I thought, I mean,
can you use nail polish remover on it?
no,
like on the underneath to get the
I don't think so. I don't know. And this is just the one kind that came with the sticky tabs. The other ones, she said you can use the glue, because they have two kinds of fake nails, and I just wanted to try it out because I thought that would be fun. So I got a couple of these, and I got a couple that use the nail glue, and I'm going to try them next just to see. And it's nice too, because like I have short nails, so if I want long nails, right? Voila, Shazam. Now this one, my ring finger on this hand gave me a little bit. This was tricky because this is the one that's misshapen. It has the flatty side. Because when I was little and I was holding on to I was in the back of the van and I was holding on, and Dad slammed the van door shut. And
messed your fingernail.
This guy got smashed, and so this nail, my fingernail is flat on this side instead of round. So this side it's rounded, this side it's flat. So here I am. So the first nail that I put on, it was not cooperating. So then I had to take it off and try again. And I had to I was like smoothing it back and forth, like. But they're hard. I mean, they're I mean, they're hard. Also, when you put them on upside down, there is a top and a bottom. Oh. The bottom has a little Olive and June symbol on the bottom. Oh. The tip is the number. It's thicker on one end than the other. It's thicker on this end and thinner on that end. So she said to put them on like you're landing a plane.
Oh.
She put it right into the cuticle. And I'm looking at a couple. I'm like, why the fuck are these so high? I had them upside down. So learning curve. Anyway, that was a fun little project this week. So okay, now we're past the fucking hour, and I apologize. And I'm starving, and we have to go. So thank you for tuning in.
See you next week.
Episode 50. Wait, so don't forget.
Hashtag.
Hashtag either I hate people for apple, cinnamon, and pine. Smells lovely, and it's not overpowering.
No, they're great.
Or hashtag cozy as fuck. And you can, I'm going to put it on the Instagram. So if you're on the Instagram and you follow us, you can do it there. You can comment on the post.
Facebook.
You have to help me with the Instagram. Facebook, on our page, on the Small Talk Queens. And if you're not on our page and you're on Facebook, you want to join the page, by all means, join the page. Hashtag I hate people or hashtag cozy as fuck.
Yep.
Or email us at smalltalkqueens@gmail.com. Or text us or whatever. So, or PM us on the DMS on the IM or the Facebook or the whatever. If you want a candle. And then again, we actually like old school write the fucking names on a piece of paper and draw them out of a fucking hat or some shit.
Yeah.
So that'll be next week for our 1 year anniversary episode. So
yeah.
Yay. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great week.
Have a great
see
week.
You next week.
Bye.
Bye.